That's right, people. A movie so bad Kay didn't want to be in this review. It's been a while since that happened, huh? Anyway, not another church movie. As someone who has seen several Tyler Perry movies and has reviewed a few Tyler Perry movies and actually owns a Tyler Perry movie, Acrimony, and I do want to get Single Moms Club and a Medea Christmas. What the heck? This movie was junk. This movie was stupid. This movie was dumb. Okay, what was it? I Hate Everything. You know how you got upset that date movie, epic movie, and disaster movie would just reference stuff? Those movies, hand to my heart, have an easier plot to follow than this movie. Yes, you heard me correctly. Date movie. Boy tries to find a girl, but there's a bunch of hijinks and there's a bunch of wackiness from the parents and during the movie. You can follow it. Epic movie. Four random people are put to win a ticket to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then weirdness ensues with the four of them. Disaster movie. There's some attack that's destroying LA, and the main characters have to try to survive it. This movie, with cheap effects, where Jamie Foxx, they probably only got him for a day at most, and he's probably drunk if I were to guess. He does his Trump impression, which he did in his latest Netflix special, and I never knew this before, but apparently he can do a Dave Chappelle impression, kind of, I think. He plays God. He's no Morgan Freeman. They do acknowledge that, so I thought that was kind of cool, at least. I guess. But, yeah, he's in the movie, but a majority of his scenes are either just static, so it's kind of like a photo negative static. And they haven't ever talked like this. Hey, Oprah, what's up? How are you doing? So that's kind of so you can tell, like, okay, this was added in post production to try to make this movie make some kind of sense. And then there's another part where uh Taylor Harry, not Taylor Fairy, the P is silent because his P doesn't work and he doesn't like P. Or I think they made that joke. It's dumb, regardless. Um, they only show like the top half of his. They only show the top half of Jamie Foxx's face. And again, he's talking like this. You know, he's talking so you know he's talking like this. It's like you can't even get someone to try to sound like him. Really? Um, you can tell there's chunks of narration. This movie, people say this is like a Tyler Perry parody movie. This movie feels. Sorry. This movie feels more like a black Tyler Perry version of The Snowman, pretty much. And what I mean by that is it's clearly they didn't film enough footage or enough things because there's large stretches where there's no narration, there's just random scenes. I don't even want to call them skits because skits imply some kind of finish. Also, it kind of makes me wonder if people who are parodying this movie or who are parodying Tyler Perry movies have seen any of the Tyler Perry movies. And also, this is also kind of weird because it's like God is trying to get Tyler Perry or Taylor Ferry, heck with that name, to write a script to influence women. However, Tyler Perry started off writing plays. He wrote plays for a few years. Then Hollywood decided to make one of those plays into a movie. And it was something about how he became a director, but Tyler Perry didn't direct his first movie. He wrote it, and if I were to guess, maybe he just kind of watched this director to kind of pick up like, okay, that's how you do it, that's what you do, okay, that's it, okay. But he didn't direct his first movie. And in this movie is implying that Tyler Perry didn't write the script for one of his movies. They implied, and they referenced like ChatGPT or something, even though this was, I think the first Tyler Perry movie came out in like 2006, so ChatGPT didn't exist back then. And this is also kind of weird because it's like, wait, God is referencing the Will Smith Chris Rock slap. But Tyler Perry had done movies and plays years before the Will Smith slap. Also, the character Medea, where they call the character Madude, where I don't know what the budget is, but there's moments where Taylor is hanging out with Madude, and with Taylor, whenever they show Madude talking, the back of Taylor's head is like this. It's like he's just standing there. He's not reacting, he's not doing anything, and it's like, really? You didn't have the budget of a Tyler Perry movie? You didn't have, but yet there's other parts where they are splits. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if a chunk of this move, I'm not sure if much of this movie is split screen. You know how low of a budget you have when you're below YouTubers? Do you know how low is your budget? You have Vivica Fox as Judge L'Oreal. Oh, if you need more proof that this was made years after Tyler Perry wrote his first movie, they reference Karens. Yup. They reference there's a lot of other weird references in this movie. There's apparently a reference to the Tyler Perry drama The Oval because there's one scene where they're in a house and then they're running and then all of a sudden they're in the Oval Office, which is weird. They reference Medea goes to jail, but My dude has an erection. Get it? And also, say what you will about Tyler Perry and his Medea character, but when he was Medea, I kind of talk like this, like, hallelujah! Kind of talk like this, you know what I mean? Well, isn't this? This is how my dude talks. It would be like if they got the. It would be like if they got Dion Cole in a dress and a wig and just told him just talk normally. Be like, okay, what's up? It's like, come on, man. Say what you will about Tyler Perry and Medea. At least Tyler Perry changed his voice. Um, there's references to Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and there's a product placement for Red Bull. Don't ask me what that's a reference. How? What? I don't get that one. Um, they reference Daddy's Little Girls. I think they reference I Can Do Bad All by Myself. There's this running gag that doesn't make a whole lot of sense where there's this guy, he's like, it's with Kyla Pratt, where Kyla Pratt, you were in Call Me Cat. You've been in better things. You're in the Proud Family. Are you telling me you needed this but you needed this paycheck? Um Keisha Campbell, you were in My Wife and Kids. You know comedy. Why are you in this? And something that Kay brought up is why does every woman in this movie have huge badunkadunks? She didn't say it like that, but that's what I'm saying. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of weird. There's a liposuction joke, which, okay, are you now spoofing Victor Frankenstein? They reference Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz. It's like, oh, thank God you're referencing those two. God forbid you reference Rachel Ray. Um, Also, she didn't mention Obama, so is this like, never mind, I don't care. Um, Mickey Rourke is the devil. 90% of the time he's on like a stage, I guess, because there, I guess, stuff around him, kind of. Which kind of looks like if that SNL budget with Alan Dershowitz was budget cut. Then there's and then he's like CG'd in, and it almost makes no sense. It's almost like they were like, it's almost like it's almost like Mickey Rourke was like peppered in throughout the movie. I'd be shocked if his scenes combined were even like 10 minutes of this 90-minute movie. Um Also, there's something about how Tyler Perry has all these jobs, which I guess is true. It doesn't mention how his name is actually Emmett Perry, but he changed it. I I could see maybe they wouldn't want to get into that, but it's like this movie is so inappropriate. This movie is so offensive. Like, it does not respect Tyler Perry. It doesn't respect Tyler Perry's audience. It doesn't respect the audience for themselves. Okay? Like, there's not another. This is why I like movies like Not Another Teen Movie. This is why I have Date Movie. I. This is why I have Superhero Movie. Um, uh, JJ got kind of weirded out that I had Dance Flex saying like, "Why do you like this movie?" And it's like, I think parts of it are funny. It's like it's way funnier than this movie. Um, oh, Leap You movie, because this doesn't have the post-credit scene, at least on the Prime version that I rented, where it says like, "Hey, here's a QR code you can scan," and it's like, you expect people to pay it forward after this movie? This movie is so bad. How many? Not many people would actually stay through the credits to even have seen and scanned the QR code. And even then, it's like this. That's kind of embarrassing. It's like, this is not a movie. This is not a movie you should say, "Hey, here's a QR code you can scan to get someone a free ticket." There's movies that struggle getting people to see the movie for free screenings. This is a terrible movie. It's horrible. It's not funny. I think I got maybe one. Or, okay, I guess. But pretty much the only good joke, and I don't care, I'm gonna spoil it. The only good joke I really have about this, that's in this movie, in my opinion, is that there's one part where he's making a milkshake where it uses like he said it used banana including the peel, and it also had Red Bull, and it also had Coke not in the can. There you go. I just told you the funniest joke in my opinion. Aside from that, there's so many characters. This has more characters than those Gary Marshall holiday movies. Those are easier to follow. This is just seeing characters for like 3 minutes to spoof a Tyler Perry movie, and then you move on to another character via narration. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is worse than the female brain. Yup. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Kay does not want this on Blu-ray. And I did ask her like what would you rather watch again, Ace Ventura Pet Detective or this? And she said neither. Well, I think I've rambled enough and wasted your time. This is more informative than the movie, and these effects are just as good. Sorry, I had a Philly sandwich for lunch. Join us next time when we're going to take a look at one of Kay's picks. I don't know what it is, but I can't imagine it'll have worse production, right? Bye. Happy Black History Month.